Hello and welcome to day 181 in this quest for a 2000 rapid chess rating on chess.com, where I play a 15-minute game. Unless I do really bad like the last video, I blundered a queen and I don't know, I hadn't slept good that day, so maybe that affected me or maybe that's just an excuse. So, let's see what happens here. We're waiting for an opponent rated 1700 to higher, anything higher. So we have a 1792. All right, I've been playing the Caro-Kann, and here I guess I'll play a Queen's Gambit type setup. So this is like the Slav defense. Let's see what they do next. Develop my knight. All right, so now I want to kind of get my bishop developed. So maybe I'll just develop my bishop here. All right, so they gain space. I can go ahead and close things up. All right, now there's a threat to attack here, so I'll leave an escape hatch for my bishop. They're probably doing the same thing as well. All right, now here, what should I do? Do I need to attack immediately like this, or do I attack here first? Maybe I'll do that, but if I do that, they could leave a gap here. I'll go ahead and attack. All right, now, do I attack again up here? That is the question. Or do I develop the bishop? I probably need to get castled, but my opponent has two pieces that are not doing anything. So maybe I just gain space and attack. I don't know if I want to do that, because then the queen could develop here, threaten an attack. So let's just go here, get ready to castle. All right, so they wisely developed. Now, do we develop our knight or do we castle immediately? I'm going to say castle immediately, then develop our knight. Okay. What now? What now? Might as well develop that knight. So we'll go ahead and do that. The problem is they could try and target this pawn. If they do that, I can bring my queen up, I think. But do I need to bring my rook, develop my rooks first? And my queen, well, my queen can't really do much. It's trapped in there. So maybe we need to start attacking and make some room over here. I'm going to go ahead and attack that way. All right, now, could just go ahead and attack. Do I go here first? I think I'm all right here. So maybe I threaten to capture here first. Or do I take this pawn first? So if I capture here and he just recaptures, then the rooks are attacking one another. I could ignore that and continue capturing further here. All right, let's just go ahead and do that. Start capturing everything. Okay, now do we trade off the rooks? That is the question. If we trade off the rooks, then his queen will go ahead and, if I take his rook, queen recaptures, then I could move my queen out and attack his. So that might be a possibility. All right, now what I have to look at is this weak pawn back here. Nothing is defending it. That could be a problem. I could just go ahead and attack his knight that's unprotected. Maybe I do that. Improve the position of my knight. So I'll go ahead and attack there. At least put my knight on that outpost. As his knight's unprotected, but he could block by going there. Okay, well that was unexpected. Unexpected. I probably need to take that knight now. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Then I can improve the position of my other knight. All right, should just keep bringing my knight up, threaten to take, or jump up here again, attack his queen. He could capture my rook, then my queen will come out here. All right. Okay, an interesting blocking move. So he's going to threaten to try and go after this pawn. All right, so this backward pawn is definitely going to become a problem, a weakness. Might as well jump up here and attack the queen. Okay, now what do we do? We're really getting limited on our possibilities here. Could attack his knight. But see, his knight could jump down in here. So, wow. I think it's going to come down to this weak pawn on c6 that I'm having trouble defending. All right, do I attack his bishop? Maybe. Maybe I attack the bishop. The knight could jump down in here, though, and target this. So I need to do something about that pawn. All right, maybe I just start plowing up through here with, I need to do something. So I guess I need to start an attack. I don't know if this is a good plan because it's going to open my king up over here on the king side now. And if we go into an endgame in the future, that could be an issue. All right. So now, do I attack that knight? And what does that achieve? I don't know. Maybe I open things up a little bit. But that knight could jump here. So, what now? What next? I'm running out of options, and it's coming down to this weak pawn here. How can I continue attacking? I could go there, but the knight will just jump down here. All right. Need to figure out a way to get something going here. If I go there, he takes, my bishop takes. So if my bishop takes, then his knight can just jump down here, forking my bishop. Wow. So maybe I need to keep his knight out by pushing forward here. If I do that, he could attack here. I would have to trade rooks, and then it's going to be really hard to defend this pawn on c6. How can I defend that pawn? If I try and push here, I can't really push this other pawn up. But if I go here, it'll keep his, it'll limit my knight, then my knight could get in trouble. Let's see. Might need to push this anyway to keep. All right, this is the turning point in the game. So if I push forward here and he takes and my bishop takes, well then that doesn't work because he'll just jump down here. So I need to go here, then try to, but the queen can move down here. Man, I think I'm in trouble and there's no way out of this already. I'm gonna have to give up a pawn, it looks like. Well, I could go here and line up on things. So I guess we're doing that. All right. So now, oh, I do have a plan here. Can go there. Wow. And he can't take me because his queen will be captured. All right. Now, what do we do next? What do we do next? Now I have to move my knight. But where to move that knight? Could just attack his bishop. Okay. Do I jump my knight back up into this outpost? Perhaps. Perhaps. Oh, he has I have to watch out for this attack. Maybe I should just go after his bishop. Or do I just jump up here and attack his queen? Attack the queen, but where's my knight go after that? Is there a way I could go after this? No. Maybe I should just go after his bishop. Wow. My knight doesn't really have a good place to go once I put it up there. All right. All right, I'm wasting way too much time. We're just going to attack. Okay, now what? Now what? There's a threat here looming. I could just attack his queen right now, which is probably what I should do. I'm just going to attack his queen. Down to 2 minutes. My opponent has 15. Yeah, I mentioned this in some of my other videos. That's probably my weak spot is calculating. If it's, if I have plenty of time and I can calculate nice and slow, I don't miss things as much and I find, I do a lot better. Of course, probably everybody does better if they have more time to calculate. But when you're already calculating more slowly than average, it's kind of a handicap. All right, I need to do something about my knight before that knight up there gets captured. Yep, here he goes. He's going to try and already cause problems. So, how do I prevent my knight from getting in trouble? Okay. Oh, and he wants to attack there as well. Oh, now I can fork the two pieces and get rid of my knight. Okay, that works. I can drop down, fork the queen and the bishop. All right, I better quit thinking about it. I don't have enough time to be doing that. All right, so that works, but they got so much time, so much of a time advantage, and I guess you'll see that with players that are higher rated. The higher rated players can just calculate more quickly. I've been playing a lot of blitz games lately, but it's like I'm, always running out of time. Okay, so now we should go ahead and knock that bishop out, get rid of his bishop pair. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then now he has a threat here. So I have to watch out with that threat. So what should we do? I have to move my rook. And his knight is going to become a problem as well. So, what can we do next? I could go ahead and attack his queen. I guess I'm going to attack his queen again. All right, I don't have time to think. I just need to start moving here. So we're going to attack his queen. We'll just keep that queen under attack. The problem is his knight's going to be able to jump down in here into this nice outpost and start causing problems. Okay, so I need to attack him again. So we're going to do that. All right, now what? Now what? Where does this queen go? Probably all the way back up here and line up on my king. So then I need to drop back. Okay. Well, now I could attack his rook. Where do I go? Where do I go? Up onto his 7th rank, perhaps. All right, I'm just going to run out of time if I'm not careful. That probably wasn't the best move. Probably not the best move. Because his knight can just jump down now. Maybe I should have just pushed here. His knight would have probably jumped down anyway, but then I could have opened up the position a little bit. I mean, I guess I can still push this. Well, I can't even do that now once that knight jumps in there. All right, now what? His knight is going to be a monster. And then if I take it, his bishop's going to drop in here and have a nice diagonal right down through my position. Okay. So now he's attacking me. I guess I can attack the queen again. Nope, that won't work. That will not work. Okay. Oh man, I'm so running out of time. All right, I guess I got to do something. I'm going to do that. Not good here, not good at all. All right, I pretty much have to take that knight, so I might as well do that. Now, attack that queen. Oh my gosh, this guy is causing me problems here. I'm gonna run out of time. Yep, I can't. I'm running out of time here. They just got me on time. Uh, it looks like queen to c3, and I was still losing. So there was just too much of an attack going there. You know, if the queen moves up to f6 with a threat of mate and 1, queen to, what do they recommend? Queen to c3. But yeah, that doesn't really do anything. Ugh. All right, yeah, I think I still would have been losing with that. All right, quick game review. A rough game against a higher rated player. So they played with 84.3% accuracy. I played 77.9. It looks like I was doing okay until right at the end there. Although I don't know, I wasn't doing too good in the middle there. They were giving me problems as well. So that I was just outplayed by a higher rated opponent, I guess. They played at a 2100 level and I played at an 1800 level. I did have a blunder, so we'll have to take a look at that. All right, just start this quick review and then we'll look at what the computer recommends. All right, so here it's saying I should have gone ahead and captured that, but I don't think that would have been the greatest move, but we'll look at what the computer recommends. First, I'll just blast through these with the game review. Okay, it did not like that move. That was a mistake, pushing that A pawn. So apparently I should have moved my queen over. All right, so that was a mistake. What did they say I should have done? I should have immediately lined that bishop up. Later I lined that bishop up, but all right. So yeah, I have to capture there. All right, man. So that was a mistake, and apparently I wasn't able to capitalize on it. How did the game end? That was a blunder. I should not have done that. Apparently I should have just attacked the queen again. White would have still been ahead though. Wow, they're saying that I should have brought my rook over there, but that would have been losing too, I think. Best move would have been to bring the rook over here. Now they're saying they still have an advantage, but you know, I was worried about that. How do you stop that? Oh, okay, my queen could still move in here and defend. I don't know, it's hard to see that when you're running out of time, I guess. So that was a mistake. Now the queen can get in there easier. Okay, back to the beginning. We'll look at this with a little bit of computer assistance. So they played d4. We have d5 and c4. I don't know. I'm just not sure what I should be playing here. I mean, I guess I should do this. I play the Caro-Kann when my opponent plays the king pawn out, so why not do the Slav defense against d4, d5. I know it's not the same as the Caro-Kann, but I don't know, it's similar maybe. Okay, so regular developing moves, I do the same. We're in the Slav defense. That apparently is an inaccuracy. Knight to f3 would have been better. So what should I play here? That was a missed opportunity. They want me to go ahead and capture. So apparently that's best. But then they can play e4 and take control of the center, although they recommend a4 as being best, pushing here to prevent me from going there and guarding that pawn. Or they can just play that, e4, and take control of the center. And then what should I do in that case? If they play e4, they recommend b5, then just developing the knight, and then I push this pawn, blocking my bishop in. All right, back to the game. We had bishop developing, and I don't know, that bishop caused me problems bringing it out there. I could have used it back here to defend that pawn. So it didn't like that move. That was a miss. They should have played queen to b3, adding pressure to that. So e6, best would have been an immediate b6, which I think I played that later. Now I play it, but it's not the best move. Knight at b to d7 would have been better. All right. Finally, I developed that knight. Castling. And here I played the mistake move, a5. And that was not good. Queen to c8 apparently is the best move. To just move here, defend this, in case the queen decides to come down here. But no, if that is played, I could just push the pawn up. So maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have just blocked things over here. All right. Let's see. All right, in the game, I make this mistake move. The best move is what? b5? Wow. So their best move is to just push here, immediately attacking. Because if I take, well then they can push forward and attack my knight. Or they can capture with a knight or a bishop. Okay, moving on. Missed opportunity. Apparently b5 would have been better. So I capture, although once again they want queen to c8. An inaccuracy, queen to c8 would have been better. So this apparently is the best move. I'm attacking an unprotected knight. Queen defends. So here, bishop to f6 would have been better. Bishop to f6, because I would have been lining up. Now they're saying bishop to e4 would have been better. All right. So the bishop is developed, but rook capturing my rook would have been better, because then the other rook could swing over and chase my queen. All right, so I attack their queen. Queen drops back. And here I wasn't sure what to do. So I chased the bishop after the retreat. Now what? The best move apparently is h5. Just start pressing my pawns forward. But I'm kind of meandering around with not the best plans. So that was the best move. Here, rook to a8 would have been better. I attacked the queen, but queen to e7 would have been a better move. Okay, instead of forking there, apparently queen up to b4 would have been better. All right, and they don't like that move. Bishop dropping back to g7 would have been a better move. Okay, where does it say I should have put that rook? Rook to e8 would have been a little bit better. All right, so that was the blunder right there. Rook to d8 would have been the best move. So rook to d8, and here the game would have been about even. Wow. But, you know, with 30 seconds left on the clock, I'm not going to find the best moves probably. All right, queen to b5 is the best response. So if they go there, queen to b5, I should just push forward with g4. So then takes, knight to e5. And here they recommend that I capture and get rid of that knight. So, or bishop to h5. Leave the knight there and just defend with my bishop. But if we take and they take, now king up to h7 is the best move. And queen to what? b7 to try and work their way in to here and go for a mate. So queen to g6 would be best to defend, like that. But it looks like I could go down a pawn if they bring their rook. I mean, I would think they would try something like that. Oh, but if they do that, apparently, like, now this looks like it holds. Everything's about even. I could do queen to h5. And defend. All right, well, you get the picture. You know, after this blunder, I was just really in trouble here. So I should not have taken. Apparently, I should have defended with the bishop. So defend there. And then it would be about even. But what did I do? I capture, then I capture. Now it's really looking difficult. But I don't know. I have one move. Rook to f8 holds the game together. So instead of going here, I should have played rook to f8. So rook to f8. And then they recommend, e4. Why do they recommend that? Or, yeah, it looks like this would hold better. All right, I'm going to wrap the video up there. Sorry, I took another loss. I've been in a slump lately, so down to a 17-13 rating. And, you know, recently I was up to 1768, so I'm dropping like a rock here. Okay. Feel free to leave comments, like and subscribe to support the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching and have a super chess day.